Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 Podcast.
Welcome back. We are finally back with the entire crew.
I'm back.
It feels like an eternity.
Yeah, it feels like forever. You've been in Hong Kong. You've been sick with the vid. I mean, you guys have all been confused.
Koza's had the vid bad. We were talking to him through his door.
It was great.
I've been down bad, boys.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Kozas is finally back into real civilization. What did you miss the most? Give me one thing that you missed the most.
The living room.
Yeah, dude.
Did you have serious
you
FOMO?
didn't get any couch time. You were just in bed.
He heard us talk and you get upset, huh?
Yeah, when me and Chloe were like making jokes,
I had serious
I
FOMO,
felt bad,
dude.
You know, I was like, God, I'm laughing hard.
What are they
gotta
talking
go
about? I can kind of hear, but like not really. You know, it's like I'm here too, guys.
Yeah.
Remember me?
I'm
Remember your third
noticing.
roommate?
I'm really focusing on not doing
A country accent? I was doing that too.
Oh yeah.
because we have been doing it for about 3 days straight.
We love talking.
I know
today.
you guys dude, people getting those though. I used to do Australian back in the day.
Just get stuck. I'll get stuck.
Yeah, just stuck in the Aussie accent. I'm just doing it Chipotle. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. I told the guy I want white rice. And he's like, what?
It sounds tough like that, dude. Actually, oh no, I'm stuck. I wanted to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell it in this accent because the accent actually kind of fits the story.
Okay.
The story of
We'll
my
let this
favorite
slide.
little fight line that I told you once.
Okay.
All right. Senior year of college, me and my buddies were coming out of Wando's, right? It's a bar.
Okay.
We had just lost to Penn State in the Big Ten championship game, and I was livid. Now, it's mostly Badger fans, but there's a few Penn State fans, and we happened to come out of the bar at the same time they did, and I'm down in the dumps, right? I am sadder than the Dickens, and there are 4 Penn State fans celebrating, and they start saying stuff to us, and they said to one of my friends who is homosexual, they said the real F word to him, which I do not stand for.
Cannot say
and
that.
I will never stand for that word. It's disgusting.
Okay.
So I turn and I try to fight the kid, right? And this is a story that I haven't told you. I just told you the line. And I'm trying to fight the kid, and then he says it to me, and half growling, half grimacing, I just said, "You'd think there's 10 of me." And the kid fucking laughed, and I laughed, and we all walked away. It was fine. But oh boy, was I about to beat that kid up. And I'm still a little mad about it. I can feel myself getting a little hot. I shouldn't have worn the sweatsuit. But okay.
Speaking of
back to
reality.
that's kind of a nice sweatshirt you're wearing, by the way.
Thanks. Some would say that the sweatshirt's too small, and we
Some
used
do
to
say that.
We used to argue about that. God, it's hard. We used to argue about that, but I would say that you were right. I could have gone one size larger. I think I'm as a person though. I'm a large length and a medium width.
You do have a very long torso.
Which
You
is
do
hard.
have a long torso.
I do have a long
I
torso.
have a short torso, long legs.
That's good. I think
Longer
that's
legs.
better.
I don't know what I have. I just.
You know that tall guys like don't live very long?
What?
You ever see a tall old guy? It's because it's like harder for the body to like circulate the blood all the way up top T to B, man, top to bottom.
That's why short kings always win. I've known that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna live fast and die young,
There you go.
like Kesha. Not that she's dead. The song, yeah.
Great song.
Oh, but Kostas caught the vid.
Yeah.
doing something actually really cool.
Yes.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
It was worth it.
Few
You had
things
to
are
do it
worth
for work.
Yeah. So I left, like we talked about, I went to go shoot for Loud Luxury on a New Year's 3-show, 2-day little bender.
Not a lot of sleep going on in this thing.
I think I slept in the course of the 48 hours that I was gone. I think I slept a total of 6 hours. Mind you, not good.
That's not a lot.
Not good sleep.
and that's tough for you. Kostas likes to sleep
Kostas
a
really
lot.
likes his sleep.
More than I
Thing,
do.
I can't sleep on planes unless I'm, unless the chair goes all the way down into a bed, can't sleep. So that's one. 2, when I was taking a nap, I'm waking up like on the hour thinking that I'm like missing something. Like there was one point where I had like a solid like 3 to 4 hours before I had to be ready or do anything. And I'm waking up every hour being like, what time is it? Oh my God. Like I gotta be somewhere. I'm missing out or whatever. And then it's like when they get to go to bed, I have to stay up and edit. It's a grind. It's a full, it's no joke. And it also is making me realize like these guys who go on tour with artists and you're gone for a couple months out of the year or whatever.
It's gotta take.
I don't know if I'd actually be down to do it. You're trying to catch up on sleep so much where you're like, I'm exhausted. I'm just trying to get to tired.
You know what feeling I really love though is when you work your balls off and you know it and you're tired and you just feel accomplished and then you're like, I have 2 days to just sleep. I love that feeling of like allowing yourself to relax. Otherwise it's pretty hard because we all go like full. I mean, we're all editing at all hours of all days basically.
You were just editing before the podcast. It's like 10 o'clock at
I
night.
have more to do.
Yeah, it's great.
But it was fun.
You shot 3 shows, right? In one
3
night?
shows. So we did a show in Dallas, and that was at like 7:30 or 8, I want to say.
And then you fly west, right, to beat like time zones?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And we hopped on a jet,
That's
which
crazy.
was really, really cool. Just being on a private jet when it turned midnight was pretty iconic.
Yeah.
So then we went to Arizona for Decadence. They performed at like 1:45 to like 3 a.m.
That's insane.
So then we
Yeah, it
went
is.
to the adrenaline's going, so
Right.
I'm like I'm fired up, and like you almost I had to like convince myself that I was not tired.
Yeah, I know that.
Like I actually was, but I fully convinced myself like, nah, I'm good. Like,
Dude,
hey,
these,
we're
can
good.
you imagine being these guys? They're actually like fully putting on like an act, like a full
Like,
act.
they have
Yeah.
to perform for
Exactly,
like
and be like
thousands
happy and
be like-
excited
yeah.
and be like, come on, guys, like let's get fired up.
I
Like,
always think about that.
I mean, you definitely get some adrenaline because just of how many people are
all
there.
the energy coming at you.
And they're there for you. And so I get back to the hotel room. It's like 4 a.m. Make myself a cup of coffee, and like they go to bed, and I'm like, well, they're gonna want these photos and video to be ready to post in the morning. It's like New Year's, you know, you gotta have it ready.
People don't think about that.
So I didn't sleep. Go to the airport, get like a little bit more editing done on the flight. Try to sleep for like 2 hours. Couldn't really sleep. I was in an exit row. Didn't recline. Just it is just bad.
commercial.
I like the exit row.
commercial life. Exit row's ass.
Thank you.
can't believe
Oh
terrible.
my god.
Terrible. Window seat's the best seat in the plane. At me on that. Window
I'm
seat is
in-
by far the best seat.
So
in the plane.
I'm in.
Well, no, but,
I am.
but exit rows like
ass.
Yeah,
terrible.
100%.
I'm
It's
in-
literally awful.
I am an
I'd rather take a
aisle.
middle seat than a fucking exit row.
I'm an aisle exit row is like ideal. 'Cause,
Exit
dude,
row.
I get extra leg room, way more leg room.
Exit row. What
yeah.
if the plane goes down? Then you're the guy.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
not
Also,
that guy,
I
pal.
want
What
to be
if-
that guy because
what
I
if
am the guy.
you're not
dude.
that guy. Pal.
You're not that guy.
I've
pal.
thought about how many times I would open that door. It's like half my plane entertainment. Just me visualizing me being like a fucking hero. Like I'm like opening the door, the slides come down. I slide down first.
You're
and then
first
I let
out.
it- and people are like, Chase, you know. And then I'm doing the news circuit, dude. I'm on Dateline. I'm on CNN.
You're definitely going on Ellen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
You're
definitely
going
on
the
it.
circuit. You're going the circuit.
And I got
if
like
you-
my dance moves
So
ready.
you do the daytime. You think you're getting on nighttime? You think you're getting on Jimmy Fallon?
I don't
Jimmy
think
Kimmel?
I don't think I'm getting
No?
on nighttime.
I don't think so,
It's
too.
not like I'm not like that heroic, but I do think I could open that door pretty good. I like the extra leg room. I'm like 6'3". I like put the legs out and oh, it's so nice, dude.
I just am there for the story. I'm big. I like to get the window seat right next to the wing, so I'm there for the
I
story.
used to be like that when I was your age, but now that I'm
just
about a
there for,
year
oh,
older,
now
yeah,
that
just
you're
there,
an old
just
man.
there for
Yeah.
the story,
Right.
just trying to get the content.
I get it.
Yeah.
I used to be all
You're
about
not
it.
getting a shot. You're not
because-
getting the window shot.
You
on
know
the
why?
plane.
Because one time I was flying from Oslo to Copenhagen, which is not a long flight, but I had to chug my water bottle in security because I had to pee so bad in the window that I told myself I would never sit in the window ever again because the guys were sleeping next to me and I thought I was gonna fucking die.
You can just jump over them.
I know you do that.
Little
Psycho.
ninja over here. I have the smallest bladder of all time, so I need
Same.
that aisle seat. You also like kind of get a little bit extra leg room just because you can put your feet out in the aisle. And I know I'm gonna have to pee regardless.
So you do that. What camera equipment are you taking to capture loud luxury in concert?
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I take my A7R3, which recently upgraded from the A7 III. Big
Nice.
difference.
Big difference. A lot
Really?
of megapixels.
Just
so many
wait,
megapixels.
yeah.
Really?
Like the A7 III is a really solid camera that does video
Both,
and
yeah.
photo both like kind of fine. Once you get
Slammed it.
into
Just
yeah.
slammed it,
Yeah,
dude.
just-
That camera was the money in its heyday.
It's
but-
great, but seeing the difference of like it gets both done fine. When you start getting into the cameras that specify in one or the other, you really see a difference.
Yeah.
So I have the A7R3 and the A7S3, one for video, one for photo. I have my 12 to 24, my 16 to 35, and my 24 to 70. And I have my flash. I have my Ronin. I have my LED light. I have my mic. Extra batteries.
Sure.
Memory cards.
So we don't gotta get in the
Yeah, we
wire.
don't gotta get the
we
little
don't
stuff.
gotta be like I got a lighter just in case
And a
there's
quarter,
candle in
and
my
a
room.
quarter.
Just saying.
Actually, I do like a quarter on.
I do
'cause
too.
There's always things you,
You gotta
screw.
have a quarter in your bag.
Yeah. Hey, film tip. Hey, turn on the camera.
Get a quarter in your bag. and leave it there forever.
'Cause
And if
here's
you're
the
really sick, you have coins from like foreign countries in there.
Exactly.
Oh, subtle flex.
You know what I actually have? I have a necklace that's a circular. It's a symbol encircled or whatever. What's that? I don't know.
In a circle.
And sometimes I use there's a word. Something.
Circumcised.
Nope. But
Circumcision.
no, it's not. But I can use it. It's the exact same length as a quarter, so I can like do tripod stuff like with my
Nice.
thing. And then once
That's
this guy
pretty
was
cool.
like, "Is your necklace like a camera key?"
And you're like,
And I was like, "You know it is, dude."
that's DP1 right
But
there.
if you could do ideal setup for the DJ, so you only get to pick like 4 things, right? That includes like body, lenses.
Ooh, this is fun.
Yeah,
4
actually, we
things.
should do this for like all the kind of photo, video creating things.
I like
not
this.
all, of
Ooh,
them, but
okay,
let's think of some.
okay.
So DJing,
And this is tough because I'm such an overpacker. I'm someone I'm like, I need all my gear all the
of
time.
overpacking.
I need my tools. Yeah, I get it.
4 things. Okay.
Body. Give
Ideal.
me the
Like,
body.
okay, hold on. Is this like the gear that we have, or I can choose out of anything?
Anything.
Oh, okay.
The granddaddy of them all. What do you want? Do you
Camera
stick with
body,
your
I'm
brand?
going A1. I got to stick with Sony just
Yeah, you're a
because
brand
it
loyalty
doesn't
guy.
make sense to shoot on a red for what I'm doing.
And you can't shoot photos.
And you can't
'cause
shoot
do
photos.
both.
Yeah,
exactly.
you're doing a lot of pictures.
I would go A1. You guys are just on the same page.
yep.
Okay, I'm going A1 because just does photo and video incredibly. I'm going to go...
Lens.
You need one.
You need one.
You need one.
I'm
Get
going to
4 things.
go...
That's tough, dude.
Oh, dude, I already know this is cake.
I'm going to go my 12 to 24.
Wow.
Only?
Was not expecting that one.
Only.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to go...
Oh, so he's bringing 2 lenses.
Yeah, I'm going to go 12 to 24. And then I'm going to go... No, I'm going to do...
You already got the wide covered. You go long. I feel like you go long.
Yeah, I go 70 to 200.
Yeah, I feel like you go long.
That long.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you use that
Because
for
you have the
back
70.
Of the
You have
state.
70 and
Hey,
85.
hey,
70 and 85, Chase. God damn it.
Yeah.
You want to arm wrestle right now?
So I go...
I'll lose,
Yeah.
but
So
I'll
I'm going
try.
to go mad wide at 12 to 24.
Yep.
Then I'm going to go tight at 70 to 200. So you have your body. You have...
Body. Oh, man. That's a lot like
There you
Yep,
go.
there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go my body. I'm going to go 2 lenses. And then I'm going to go...
What's the just mystery item?
Yeah, right. There's always like the X factor. Is it
Yeah.
a drone? Is it a Ronin? Is it a flash? Is it a microphone?
He won't be getting any pics in the dark.
You won't? Oh, this is
I'm going to go... I got to go
You
flash.
gotta go
Yeah, you
flash.
gotta go
yeah,
flash.
yeah, there it is.
Because the Ronin is nice to have, but you don't need it.
sure.
Yeah, I think I would go flash. You can get away with like not needing an LED light. The mic, like it's nice to have, but oftentimes you're like editing with
Yeah,
a song. You can always
sure.
dub over the audio. It's not
Totally.
as necessary. So yeah, those are my 3.
Braden, what are you doing for sports video specifically? Because that's what you do.
sports video specifically.
4 things.
4 things. Oh, that's so hard. Okay. I'm just going to handheld it on the shoulder, I think. I'm going to use the... Okay, sports video. I feel like I want autofocus just for fun. Just for fun.
Just for fun. Because you do pull a lot of the time.
Like
Dude,
90%
Braden
of the
is-
time.
Braden is
pull.
unreal at pulling focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll show us these clips of LeBron dunking, and I'm like, how did you keep that in
Right.
focus?
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with brand loyalty. Bam. Sony FX9 because I'm a big fucking baller. Because I'm a big baller.
FX9 has autofocus?
Oh, yeah.
I think it does,
It's
right?
insanely good. That's what the
FX9.
Spectrum guys use. The Spectrum fellas, they use the FX9. Anyways, I'd use the FX9. Okay, 1. Lens, 24 to 105 G Master. Because zoom is super important for sports. And if zoom would 24 to 105, you could like get decent shots on a football field. It wouldn't be great because you'd want. I think the tighter in sports, the cooler it looks.
Yeah.
And I can't shoot as tight as I want because my boss would be like, "Hey, we need the whole
Yeah.
frame." You know what I mean? I would shoot way tighter if I could. I'd shoot like right here if I could, just like ball coming up. You know? Okay, 24 to 105. There's 2 things. I guess I'd have to go a set. Oh no. Okay, 1 lens. I'm just gonna go 1 lens. That. Fuck. What else do I want? I get 2 other things. Oh,
I
I
almost,
think,
yeah, I feel like that's like so. I don't know much about shooting sports, so this is so interesting.
yeah. It's just really interesting because you could shoot sports really light.
Right.
You can just shoot sports with just like a fucking body and a long lens, or like you need a 24 to 70, right? Say, or 70 to 200 type of thing, or like any in between. But the 24 to 105 is my favorite lens I think I've ever used in sports.
I feel like you got to go with a mic.
Yeah, I think I
because
got to get a nice mic. So it's
picking
3.
up those
Yeah,
sound bites.
you got to get the bites. I feel
And
like
like that.
yeah, you got it. You got to get the bites. 3, and then I guess a sick monitor. But the camera comes with the monitors. Does that count?
No, I think it's something else. You
Okay,
can do
give me
better.
one more thing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
have fun with it.
have fun with this. Okay,
I can have some fun.
Okay, one more thing. I'm going to take Dude, I think I'll just take a really random lens then. I'll take like a prime of some kind, like in 24-1.5.
You ripped that 85 a lot, it seems.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I really like that 85. The 85 is such a unique look.
So pretty.
And I think that's what separates. I was telling Chase and Costas the other day, I was looking at like my old work from years past, and I was like, what makes this year's LeBron video so much cooler? And it's because I shot it at a 15 fisheye. I shot it on a 24-105 most of the time, either at 85 or at 105, so it's really tight, you know. And then aperture, we're just wide open now.
Yeah,
that really changes it. But I mean, having a purpose though when you go wide open, and not just doing it to be like, oh, let's have a blurry background. It's like, oh, I want you to know what he's feeling. He's feeling like this is just him, man in the moon right now. This is just one guy. I just want you to focus on him, wide open type of thing.
Yep.
You know, or if it's a crazy play, you know, you want to go like F4 so you can see the fucking crowd reaction. It wouldn't make sense to have it wide open. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So
I like F4.
Yeah, I like F4 is probably the best sweet spot to shoot sports action in, or like 5 or F.
I mean, with cards, you got to go like 7.1.
What would you do for cars?
Because that car's like wide.
4 things for cars.
Okay.
Cuatro.
Just video. Let's do just video.
Yeah, just video.
Probably like a red.
Wow, I was just about to say,
like Gemini, helium.
No, the Raptor, baby. Give me the Raptor that just came out. It's brand new.
Yeah, because I can gimbal it easier.
And it's fucking this big.
And you need slow mo is nice for car stuff sometimes.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do the V Raptor.
Okay.
Didn't think about that. Good point. You need a wide because a lot of times when you're doing car to car, you like, especially if it's just like a 2-lane road, but you want to get something sick, you need to get quite wide. But you don't need to get. But sometimes you need to like, son of a bitch. Let's do the V Raptor. I'm gonna do like a 16 to 35, and it's not that hard a lot of times to pull focus with cars because usually you're like, at least the way I shoot, I'm going the same speed as the car. You know what I mean? Like I rarely shoot like the car coming at me and I'm not moving.
And that's a trick with shooting cars, right?
It just looks.
That's wild.
You lower the shutter speed. You know what I mean? And then you get like that cool motion blur, so everything's blurry, but the car is just like the exact.
But you're going like
speed.
you're what's the term? What's the term of the other
car to car?
No, but that's just
There's a camera car.
Okay, camera car. So your camera car is going 55 and this car is going 55, but it's just a little bit behind.
Isn't your shutter supposed to be the same number as the miles per hour that cars moving?
Yes. Well, for photos you do that, but for video it's basically the same thing.
Gotcha.
So usually if you're shooting at 24, you want to do like 48. Although sometimes, I've seen like on big budget stuff they do this where they have like higher speed, like stunt drivers and stuff. I mean, I have a stunt driver too usually, but they'll go like 100 miles per hour.
Let's go, bees.
They'll go like super fast, like 100 miles per hour, and they'll crank the shutter to like 1 over like 200 to match that, or 1 over to 100 to match that rule. And just because it just looks more like intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
and you get like more like just like stuff going on. Okay. V Raptor, red V Raptor, sick camera, just came out. 16 to 35.
Bang.
And then you need a drone of some sort because you can just get cool shots. You can get like the sweeping things with like just one road. But I'm going to do an FPV
I was just about to say.
because I think really aggressive cars, like the boring car, there's so many car commercials, dude. And they, for a long time, looked all the same. Now the FPV thing is like kind of changing it up because the camera is like a whole another like subject in the video almost, right? So I'm doing FPV, 16 to 35. And then I'm probably doing a Ronin for like car parked stationary shots where you can like push in. It's probably got to be like the Ronin M though, like the big boy.
Yeah, you got to get
the Raptor.
Also, are you?
You maybe a movie situation.
Yeah, I just want to set it up.
Would you rock the camera on the stabilizer while car to car to kind of get it more smooth?
So you actually definitely did a Ronin. Great point, Kostas. Especially if
so now you're 3.
Oh, when we shot a commercial, Braden and I.
This is insane.
Out of the back of my Jeep.
This is unbelievable.
Braden's like, "Don't worry, I got it." We harness him in sketchily, mind you, and the way. So my Jeep, like there's the trunk where it's like the window top, which is like the top bit, and that flips open.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect.
Great
top
idea.
half.
But we needed to get lower because it looks way more cinematic, like the lower the road you are. So we opened the Jeep door, which is like a heavy door. And it doesn't have like the thing where like it locks in place. It's just swinging.
So it's just swinging.
And we like basically...
Oh, because it doesn't fold down.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the top folds up and the bottom doesn't fold down. It folds
goes
out.
Yeah.
So then we like just gaff taped the fuck out of this door. Just hoping it wouldn't come in and break all of our cameras.
Pro tip, if something doesn't work, use gaff tape.
Use gaff tape.
It'll work.
Always have gaff tape. That's another one. Have a quarter and gaff tape on every shoot you do. Seriously.
And that's it. Quarter and gaff tape.
And we were just like ripping up this canyon road. And there's like one other guy in the trunk just holding it. No one
Holding the
seatbelted
door.
in. just holding.
That's
was his
his
job.
job.
Yeah, that was his job.
And
was
we
the
were
door
going
guy.
fast, and there were bumps and things, and I'm like, I'm for sure.
I'm
gonna
literally
kill
like my
Brady.
feet are inches away, not inches away, but like a foot away.
yeah.
like a foot away from the ground, and I was like, "Don't look down, just look through the lens." And dude, it's simultaneously trying to pull focus while they're driving, and they're also
God.
not going the perfect distance away from us.
Yeah.
It was like walkie situation. It was just impossible.
It was impossible.
It was just
because I don't think we were
It
shooting
was
like
lower,
a vintage car.
lower budget type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't have another person in that fucking car.
It's and the vintage car we couldn't have, like, so it was just like the model who's not like a professional driver,
Sure.
and it didn't have
Yeah.
cruise control, which is
and it didn't have power steering, and we're going downhill.
right.
So this dude was literally like trying
So-
to manhandle this car.
And that's how we do it a lot of times with cars. Like, you just cruise control at the exact
makes so
same
much
speed.
sense.
You know what I mean?
That just
and
yeah,
then you're
that,
just
that would have made our lives so much
so
easier.
much easier.
Also, most of the shots you guys showed me of like where you're filming it, it's not super wide. It's a little bit tighter of a shot. So the bumps, you
Right.
notice them a lot more.
Oh, you notice those bumps. So I mean,
You shot with like 70 to 200 on the red
and
in
we-
the back of the car.
Oh,
with a
yeah,
gimbal.
that's
Yeah.
Dude, and
trouble.
you just hold it like, you know.
yeah, it was weird because that's just crazy. That was wild.
Let's do one that we haven't, that none of us do, and maybe
Okay.
discuss.
Give it to
Let's
me.
do like just like a travel creator, like a Sam Colder type, if you will.
Okay,
I'll go first. I'm
Okay.
doing a hybrid of some sort. I think I'm probably doing the Sony A1.
that's what I'm thinking.
I feel like you got it because you want to get
I mean,
both
it's
photo
either
and
that
video.
or like the Canon 1D X3 or the R5. R5 rips, but Sony's just so much better for video, and we all like video a bit more. I
Yeah,
think.
I think so too.
Like we're in close, especially Coast. I feel like he's like 50.
Coast
he's
borders the
Like,
line.
the borders is like 52,
Yeah, what do
48.
you think?
I would say.
What do you think?
A photo video. That's what we're discussing, by the way.
I think that photo is just way more easy to execute. Like it's quicker. It's because it's like
You need less
you,
things
You
and-
can
Yeah.
you can take a photo and you can edit it and it's singular and the one thing, boom, you can take a good photo and it's done.
Yep.
A lot more comes into play. It's much more fulfilling to fucking edit a really sick video. Takes way longer.
I was
and
about to
way
say,
more
I'd
skill.
argue it's way harder to do video. than
100%.
photo.
There's just like so many things,
I think
almost-
photo's still really fucking hard.
and there are some people that are so like there are levels to it where it's like,
Totally,
wow,
there it
you
is,
are
yeah.
incredible.
You're just in another level. Exactly.
Let's shout out our boy Hayden.
Yeah.
He shoots a lot of stuff for 505, and that guy can shoot a fucking photo.
I think I prefer photo just because I really feel like I've locked in Lightroom. I feel like I know how
Yeah,
to
you
use
do
it.
know that little app.
I take pride in how I edit. Video editing, I know the basics. I know how to make a video, but I just don't feel like I'm as good at it, not as confident. I thoroughly enjoy photo. So I'm going to say photo. I lean a little bit
Good to
more
know.
photo.
So,
for me.
anyways, but yeah, that's actually interesting. I
That
didn't
is
know
interesting.
I'm doing the A1. I'm doing a 16 to 35 because I hate when people hold the camera and it's like too tight on their head. You know what I mean?
I had to do that for years because I didn't have it.
Me too.
16
I had like a
35.
cropped
I had a
sensor
24,
16.
24 to 20 something, 24 to 50.
On a crop sensor?
Yes. it
That
was
is
fun.
tight on your head.
Yeah,
That's
it
like
was
you're
not
basically.
sick. Well, I
Anyways.
just
Yeah, and the Gorillapod. Oh, honestly, do we have to include like
No.
Okay. So Sony A1, 1635. I'm doing a drone because you can get shots of yourself really easily with the drone. So if you don't have a buddy, and you can get like the sweeping landscapes of where you are.
Are you going FPV or
You can get that. I probably just
regular?
am gonna do regular because then I can be like in the shot. You know what I mean? Like doing something, like walking on the beach. You're in fucking blue ass water, and there's the drone, and you can just like kind of be like put it into flight mode and walk. You know. Now the mystery item's tough. I probably want another lens, but you don't like need a super tight stuff for travel stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah, you don't really. I feel like
I'd argue that you do. I
Ooh,
think,
there
dude.
it
I
is.
think having a 70 to 200 for travel
is the move.
Think about it, dude. You're in the mountains. You want to compress that background.
Yeah, I get
make
that.
Shit look big.
See, but then you're shooting like peak to peak, and are you gonna have
when
time to set
we were
that
in
up?
J-Tree, it was sick though to have that. You had that 70 to 180, I believe. Was that the lens that we had? Or
yeah, the Tamron.
the Tamron one. It was kind of sick to have that, and it would just like literally made the mountains look like it was right.
Which
in
is sick.
our backyard.
But here's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm not gonna do a 7200. I'm gonna do just an 85 like 1.8, just prime because I'm traveling. Keep it small.
Okay.
And that gives me the telephoto I need, but I don't feel like I'm gonna need 200 a lot of the time.
85, dude, is such an underrated focal.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And I
So
like
sick.
primes. Okay, what are you saying?
I'm gonna go A1 route as well. We're traveling, and then I'm gonna go 24 to 70. Give me the 16 to 35 too.
Wow.
And then my mystery item, because dude, one of my boys is gonna pick me up on the fucking long lens, huh? That's what I'm banking on. And then my mystery item would be a fucking light. It would be a little light of some kind that I can
Like
just
those
like a
little
wand,
aperture ones, or-
one, or one of those wands
I
that
like
we could
that.
bring. So that way, if we were in a place, I'm like, yo, I need you to light me really quick.
Yeah.
So true.
So easy, and lightens everything.
Yeah, lighting, and
So I bring
especially
a
because
small light of
then you can
some
like
kind.
talk to the camera at night when you're like done with, because the sun's only up for so long.
Yeah, dude. Here in LA, it's just gets
Right.
dark at 3:00.
Right.
We're all confused here.
And then like in cars and stuff.
Just popping a light in there.
Yeah.
That's my mystery item.
I'm gonna go A1 as well.
'Kay.
Obviously.
Yeah, are we just 3 peas in a pod?
So do we think that A1's the best hybrid camera out there?
Yeah, for sure. I
think so.
Fucking
100%.
It's the same. It's a little bit heavier and bigger than that A7S III, but it really it just
Some Canon fanboys are gonna get mad at us.
Canon kids can cry all they
Right.
want.
Our
The
good friend Babin shoots R5 only.
R5 is Canon's sick.
Yeah.
Canon
We
is-
like Canon.
I love Canon.
Yeah, we
I
like
think-
it a lot.
I think
Especially their cinema stuff.
Canon's the only other comparable brand, in my opinion, to Sony that I'm like, besides Red's its own little thing.
Yeah, it's separate,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like its own little thing. But as far as like Panasonic, Fuji, exactly,
Right.
Nikon,
What is
Canon
that?
and Sony run the show. The others
you
are just
speaking
I think I had
English?
I had Nikon on my steak.
the
time, right?
others.
It's like
Yeah, the others are just playing a little catch up game.
Yeah,
they're just like, yo, come on.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay, I'm going A1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 24 to 70. Can my mystery item be another person?
I think no, but I was just gonna think about this for another one. I had another like creator type I had. I think no. I think you're alone. I think you're a one man band kind of.
Okay.
You're the
Oh,
only-
I'm a
you're the-
one-man band?
You're the
Oh.
only friend that's traveling that makes videos in the
Oh,
group.
okay.
People can hold the camera.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So, because maybe like tripod.
I don't think. I think we'll assume you have a tripod. Is that fair?
It's kind of fucked up.
That's fucked
You
up.
can't assume
Okay,
anything.
Okay.
We're just giving him a tripod now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right. That
Cheating the
tripod
game.
counts. That's why I use the drone, because it's
Okay.
kind of like I can kind of use it as a tripod.
Okay. A1.
24 to 70.
Okay. Bang.
I'm gonna go 70 to 200.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go.
Betty throws another glass on it. The kid loves glass. Kid
Yeah.
loves glass more than anyone. I know.
I'm gonna go drone. I gotta go
Yeah,
drone.
I think you gotta. Okay, let's start rattling these off a little faster. I got a couple more
Sorry.
ideas.
Give us some of them.
I went real slow. I started the pace. You
Yeah.
know, I was like a runner. I just slowly started
Yeah,
running.
just slowly.
Let's do like full-time freelance videographer. So you
Okay.
only shoot like client work, and it's like your
Just for
income, it's your
video?
job. You just do video, and you're not making like personal stuff. Just client work. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You get 4 things again.
4 things.
Do
again.
3.
3.
3 rapid fire.
Okay.
yeah.
Go.
I don't know why this came to me. This is what I'm gonna say. Canon C70.
Okay.
It just came to me.
Okay.
It's like I think it's might be the nicest camera you can put on a Ronin, which is my other thing.
Okay.
And then 24 to 70. Gotta
Bang.
be.
Sony FX6 because it still can also go on a Ronin.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then
Probably better. You're right.
And then a 24 to 105.
Mm.
And then
See, this is where it's like I was debating
that third
between
one's tough. I think I just rip a light.
yeah, and I can aperture 300D.
Yeah, I'm ripping a 300D. That way I have a
That's what I was
sick light,
debating.
sick cam, great lens. Bang.
And you can shoot interview stuff like that. Granted, you're holding it with your hands and have a tripod, you bitch.
I have a C-stand that we made from rocks.
Rocks.
I'm gonna go FX6,
Okay. Welcome to the club.
24 to 70,
Ooh.
Ronin.
Bang.
Boom. Okay.
Just boom.
S2.
Let's do this. We don't all do this, but a lot of people do this.
Okay.
And we've all done it.
Doo-doo.
Nice.
Yeah, you said that.
And it's not. It's wedding. Let's do wedding. Just like creator.
Okay, I'm a wedding.
Yeah.
Wedding
I
creator?
think
Do we
you
wanna
guys
do
are
photo video?
photographer or video?
You pick.
Video.
Okay, we'll do wedding video. Let's do wedding photos. Change
Okay,
it up.
wedding photo. Okay, I want to. Oh, dude, I'm gonna use the either. We're gonna do the big body setup. 1DX Mark II, just for fun.
Mark II, not a Mark III.
Oh.
He likes
they
he
have-
likes the retro
They
ones.
have the.
Oh yeah, they have 3. Oh yeah.
I thought they just.
But it's low megapixels for some reason. I think they
I'm
lean
taking the
heavier
2.
into video.
2.
I think 2 might be actually better for
I'm
photo.
taking the 2, and then I'm gonna get a fucking. For photo for wedding, 70 to 200.
You need
baby.
it. Yeah, you got to get those beauty shots. of
That's
that
2,
bride
and then my
groom.
third. The third is gonna be a flash. Bang. Thank you.
So you're only shooting
Only
that?
tights. Only tights at this wedding.
Only tights.
Only tights. They're like
heads.
they like get all they like
Only
get
heads,
they like
yeah.
get all the pics back. So like, yeah, so family group shots. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do those.
I just see like 3 people hunched together. It's like there was 50 people in this photo.
Braden only does weddings in the Midwest because they all have on like ranches and stuff. He like needs
Right,
hella
at barns.
space.
You wouldn't believe how many barn weddings I've been to, dude. Seriously,
Actually?
15 probably.
Really, I've
Oh
been
yeah,
to a few.
like a
Kind of the
renovated,
vibe, though.
like a renovated barn. It's actually kind of cool. But
Yeah.
I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, I might do like a Leica M10.
Come on.
And then I'm doing you need something tight. The thing is, yeah, probably like a 2470 to 70 to 200. You need to get those like macro shots though,
No
like
flash,
the
though?
rings. But I feel like I need 2 lenses, dog.
Gotta have a
Maybe I'll do 24 to 70 and like a nice
flash.
onboard flash.
Bang. Okay, go.
That's exactly what I would do.
Oh, there it is.
I'm going Leica 24 to 70 because I think 70 is like you can get tight enough, and you need a flash.
All right, we're gonna move on from this game. I think
Yeah,
it's
this
fun.
was a fun game though.
But I feel like we have another game in us.
Yeah, we have
not
one more.
necessarily a game, but I do actually have some things I want to fucking discuss.
Okay.
Oh,
This is a little different pod. A little bit of a different pod.
but I'm having a good time.
I think we just kind of started.
No,
and
no,
now we're
I
just
know.
kind of going.
And I really like this next section that we got written up. I think this is just top tier shit in here. So really focus
Okay.
up.
Overrated, underrated.
Okay.
Just like which one is it?
Okay.
Let's talk about, and we're gonna talk about some camera stuff, but I got some things I'm genuinely curious what you guys think.
Okay.
I want to start with, we've all been watching him.
Okay.
Jake Paul as a boxer.
Underrated.
See, I feel like he's overrated, Kostas. You gotta pick one.
Underrated.
Underrated, dude, because the fucking kid has barely boxed for a few years and he managed to kick the absolute shit out of, dude,
out of old guys that don't box.
Regardless, dude, the guys are fucking yoked and they've trained for boxing.
A little for like
So
the last,
same as him.
Sure,
Same as him. He's
sure.
just another dude. He's a fucking YouTuber.
Right. I would just love to see him fight like a real boxer. Like,
Hell, absolutely. But he's not. He's smart, dude. He's not stupid. He plays this persona.
and he knows that he can win.
Exactly.
Which makes me feel like he's overrated though, because he's not that good at boxing.
Underrated as a businessman / boxer.
I think he's
Underrated as a businessman for sure. I totally agree with that.
I think he's underrated for the simple fact, boxing aside.
yeah.
Like
He stepped into the ring as a YouTube dude.
Well, I think Jake Paul's underrated as a boxer, not because of like his boxing, but because they're talking about him on fucking Sports Center.
Everything.
There
He's
it is.
trending on
Bro,
Twitter.
he got
and
Dana
he's-
White to make that video about, dude.
and he's collecting a bag.
He's like a performance artist. I get that. But I don't think he's
Exactly.
that good of a boxer.
That's fine.
I think he's a fine boxer. I think he's average.
Oh, you think you
Dude,
should, you should hop in the ring with him?
do
Here's
not
the,
wanna
here's the
hop
thing.
in the
Tyron Woodley beats the absolute shit out of people, and used to beat the shit out of people in the UFC, right? Used to clobber people. Even though Tyron Woodley isn't a boxer, it still, in theory, would like to think that Tyron Woodley should beat Jake Paul. In theory,
I get what you're saying.
In theory,
but do we
Totally
think,
different things.
Do we think it's rigged? We saw the little fist thing, and then all of a
The
sudden,
world may never know.
The
You,
world-
I
the
remember
world-
that
I
night.
know,
I was texting
I know.
you.
I
You
did.
seemed pretty convinced
I
that it was
did.
rigged.
I don't know. Kudos to him. I think that you fucking just got to clap it up for.
I actually respect the guy.
getting wins.
I do respect the guy.
You know,
I think he's overrated.
I'm not his
I
like
u-
biggest
I-
fan.
yeah, I
I'm
used to
not,
really
like, a
hate
fan
him.
of Jake Paul, but like I got to clap it up for what the kid's done.
Yeah, I think Logan's a lot more
Likeable. Yeah, I dig that.
I don't like either of them. But
Give
I
me the
respect
next one.
either.
Give me the next one.
Let's talk about something that's really hurting all of our wallets right now. It's cryptocurrency.
Dude,
Ooh.
crypto is so overrated.
Yeah,
And you
it's
can
totally overrated.
at me
right?
on that shit.
I think
dude.
it's just ballooned up, and I think
Dude.
we all bought it.
I think
and
it's
now-
underrated.
Chase, tell him what I
I
told
hope
you
it's
today.
underrated.
Tell him what I told you today. Tell
You
him
know
what I
what?
told
Here's
you
the
today.
thing. You said it first. I'm gonna let you tell it.
People that invest in crypto have a little bit more money than the average person.
You'd hope so,
You'd like to
because
think
it likes to go down.
It likes to go up and down, so
Right.
you'd like to think these people have a little bit more money
Like a cushion,
to throw
sure.
around, right? A little bit more money to throw around. I think that we're being puppeteered by freaking people like these huge hedge funds.
The whales.
Yes, dude, we are being puppeteered by these whales. This shit like goes up to 65 and we're like, oh, look at my Coinbase. I'm so rich. And then
Right.
in like, I want to shoot my phone right now.
It's so frustrating.
It's absurd.
yeah.
And it makes me so mad. Overrated on crypto. Will I keep my money in it and not touch it? Sure.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna add more.
But I'm not
anymore.
adding shit to crypto until
which is the thing is, it's probably the best time to add some money into
I
it, but
know.
risky. Coach, what do you think? Talk
thoughts.
I think it's underrated because I think I'm gonna get so fucking rich on it, and that's just what I think. I don't give a fuck if I'm getting puppeteered. I don't care if they're making so much money. I just want to make some money.
That's fair.
You know.
Well, that's
And,
what I think about right now. I'm like, okay, just keep what I have in
And
there.
I love that it's so volatile because you're like, hey, it might 100x, and like let's ride the
Sure.
wave. So
Do
it's
you-
like
That's-
fuck it.
that's
you know,
fair.
It's,
That's
it's ebbs
fair.
and flows. It's
It
going up
makes
and down.
sense
Yeah.
with you because you play that stupid little game on the internet where you can like triple X your money or whatever. But
Roulette, great
Oh
game.
my
Yeah.
god,
So fun.
Yeah, dude.
Such a fun game. We won money one time in it.
Yeah, dude. Gambling's great. Totally.
Right.
I'm all for it.
Right.
Underrated.
Really quick.
Gambling's underrated. I lost money. Speaking of a New Year's, I lost $300 playing
the casino?
blackjack.
300.
Fuck blackjack.
You put 300. So every time I go to the casino, I'm
holy
like, I'll
shit.
throw 80 down, and I feel like a baller.
I had some
300?
drinks.
I'm
going.
always throwing money on that blackjack table.
They used to give you free drinks just for that
They
reason.
do. They do.
They do.
Still do.
They still do. Yeah, it's a sick
I'm not
thing.
staying at the right hotels. The Wynn didn't give me free drinks.
They give you free
You
drinks.
probably weren't there long enough.
I
Yeah.
got the nice cocktails too, like the nice stuff.
Nice guy.
Nice cocktails. What about the Lakers? Because
Underrated. Because you can never count out the best player in basketball.
yeah, I kind of agree with you, underrated, because I think that Mr. Palinka up top, he's gonna figure some stuff out. I think we need to trade Westbrook. Overrated for sure.
I will not speak on anything else on the team.
That's fair. Yeah, we don't need to get brain.
Westbrook's-
We don't need to
yeah.
get brain fired. He's right.
Westbrook's overrated. I think the Lakers are. I think they're underrated. I can't go against my fucking LA Lakers, dude.
boy.
Born and raised, dude.
I
Come
love
on.
LeBron. I'm a big LeBron stan.
Big LeBron
What about
fan.
the Island Boys? And this
So
is
overrated,
This is
it's
gonna
not
sound
even
crazy
funny.
to me. I like kind of like the Island Boys.
God.
Actually, I don't know anything about them other than the song, but it does get stuck in my head every day.
Because I'm an island boy.
I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else about
Can't
them,
stand those guys.
which is probably why I like them. I just like that little song, and it makes me happy.
I really can't stand those
I
guys.
really hope they go broke, and then George Shanko's like, I told you so.
Same. Yeah, they just like are iced out constantly, and then
Right.
he told him on the Logan Paul's pod, he was like,
That was funny.
Yeah, that was a great bit. For those listening that didn't see that, he was like, George Janko's the guy on Logan Paul's Impulsive. That's his podcast, and he was like to the Island Boys, he was like, he's like, yeah, if all went to shit, you guys could sell that jewelry, and they were like crying. They were just
But
like,
didn't they like get up and go?
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, and they were like talking about like, you're not about this shit. We're from the hood, and then Logan got up, and they're like, never mind, we're good. Logan
and-
Paul, pretty big guy. Saw him at the Laker game the other night.
Oh, I'm sure he's large.
Pretty big dude.
Also, Island Boys, I don't think they came from the ghetto, dude.
I don't think so
They seem
either.
like I bet they have just the richest parents, actually, is what I would say.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
No, you
No,
don't
I
get
think it's-
face
yeah.
tats and dumbass shit like that.
If you're poor, because
Actually-
face tats expensive,
Dude.
I bet their parents are so goddamn rich.
No
dude.
way,
Yeah.
dude. No way. Zero chance.
That's why they have the fucking gumption that they do, man. Isn't the Island Boys video like in a sick pool?
Anyone can get a sick pool.
Oh, underrated. There's this app called like Swimify in LA, and you can rent pools by the hour.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm going to start doing it a whole lot because I just heard about it this weekend.
We should do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hot take. I think they were so middle class.
That's just not okay. What do you think about, speaking of middle class, what do you think about Trader Joe's?
Underrated.
I love Trader Joe's.
Underrated.
We all love Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is one of the best establishments to ever
Which is
find.
funny because, here's the thing. It's all about making Erewhon money, but spending Trader Joe's money. That's
there
what
you
I'm
go.
about,
But going
you
to
know?
Erewhon sometimes.
But also rocks.
we talked about this. I finally decided my Erewhon thing. It's gonna be for. I'm never gonna be a member. I don't think. I think it's ridiculous to
I
spend.
hate. They ask me every time, "Am I a member?"
dude,
And
it
I'm
makes
like,
you feel like shit.
dude, no.
I have a close friend that's a member that you hung out with this weekend, so you know who
Good
I'm talking
cat.
about. And every time we check out together, and they ask him if he's a member, and he says yes, I get so jealous. I'm like, God, that's cool.
What is it? What does it cost to be
It's
a
like
member?
so
It's like
expensive.
a couple $100 for the year or something. And you get like
You like don't get really anything.
yeah,
you just get to say
you
yes
get like a
to the
gold noodle
question
star and you say yes to the fucking question
when they ask if you
ask.
remember.
That's funny.
What do you think about NFTs? Underrated, overrated.
Overrated.
I think as a whole, overrated for sure.
Yeah, I think as a whole, overrated for sure. I think I think if you buy certain ones that have some type of, you get to go, example, say it was Tom Brady. I bought his NFT and I get a phone call with Tom Brady. That's cool. That's pretty sick. That's a portion of it that's
Right.
cool. Owning the stupid ass little digital JPEG, dumb as fuck. And you can at me on that.
And I agree.
I think
that
the
they're
JPEGs
overrated.
are so stupid, dude.
I agree. I
So dumb.
think that in a space that they make sense in is when it's almost like when they trading cardify moments. So like, or like anyone really. So like,
Okay.
because
You're
like
thinking this is cool or not cool?
I think it's cool.
We might be
actually.
clipping
Okay.
this in like 5
might-
years.
it
I'm going
might-
to be the biggest NFT guy in
Right.
the world.
Clip it.
But like,
Clip it.
like House of Highlights or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And like, I like things where it's like you can buy a play, like LeBron's like put like dunk or block, sorry,
Okay.
in whatever game 7.
Okay.
I feel like I would buy that as an NFT and say I own that play because I feel like that's only going to appreciate. Like, and you're almost
Sure.
investing in LeBron's
Yeah,
legacy at that
Definitely.
point.
Okay.
Which is like kind of like a trading card, but But overall, I think like 90% of them are so dumb.
Oh, I think people are
and
just
I think
gonna
they're
lose
all
so
going
much
to go
money.
to zero.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's just like a whole money laundering scheme.
And
Yep.
probably it's money laundering.
Also-
Lots of money laundering going on. Also,
Also-
you can, it's public. That's also an interesting thing. It's all like you can see who's
Yeah.
Who's like laundering their money?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, literally, it's insane. Wow.
Also, just like you hear Gary Vee talking about like, oh, you can NFT receipts. Like everything's going to be an NFT. Like, hey,
Right.
dude, shut the fuck up.
That's yeah.
Just because it can be an NFT doesn't mean it should be an
Right.
NFT.
What do you think about Gary Vee? Overrated, underrated?
A little overrated.
Vanderchuck. Vandercheck? I don't know.
Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump? I would say overrated. I don't like him, but that's just me.
I'd say underrated.
I don't like people that tell me like act like they got the keys to life and that if I listen to them, then I'll be the man. I just feel like everyone's got their own journey. I don't like when people give me advice that much, to be honest.
I don't really think he gives you advice though, to you specifically. He gives questions advice that was like asked to him by something. Like he'll give like a comment or something. It's never like at you.
Well, I think he's talking to me.
No, because
I think-
you don't have to you don't have to follow though to listen to the advice. You don't have to listen to the advice.
Sure.
You know. So so you do not like anyone giving advice.
Most of the time, no.
Oh, okay.
I really feel like advice overrated. I feel like
bullshit.
I feel like people give advice unwarranted too often. Only give me advice if I asked for it.
I like that.
I don't like when people give me unwarranted advice because like who are you to fucking tell me?
I like that. Okay.
Unless you have like true like, and I have to like grow to like them first. Like Tim Ferriss, like 40 Hour Work Week. The first chapter is just like me like getting to like this guy and like understanding what he's achieved and like little anecdotes. And then I'm like, okay, I actually really want to hear what this guy has to say because he like won like the jiu-jitsu championship with like just on a technicality, and that's fucking hilarious because he didn't know what he was doing. I like that stuff.
Okay.
Zara,
Overrated.
I think it's underrated.
Every Zara shirt I've ever had, I wear it once and I wash it, and if I put it in the dryer on accident, the thing's half the size. Right?
You're washing your clothes, dude?
Barely.
First mistake.
Oh, dude, you're not dry cleaning everything? I'll say this. I think Zara is underrated because I like it so much. Once crypto takes off,
Sure. Not
it's
shopping
gonna
at
be
Zara anymore.
so fucking overrated. If my whole closet isn't fucking
I
designer,
get what you're saying.
get the fuck out of
But
here.
I would say for all
Like-
a majority of the nation, Zara is underrated. Go there, man. You can get some nice stuff.
Dude, I had like one pair of Zara jeans that lasted me like 7 years. So like I think it's just hit or miss on the quality of the thing. If it's 100% cotton, you got to be scared.
I
You
think
should- you should be-
H&M, I think like
H&M is trash.
fast fashion is fucking overrated.
Zara is
like
pretty
spend a,
fucking fast fashion.
spend a little
Yes,
bit more
it
money
I would
and
say
go to Zara.
here's the
It-
thing,
dude,
and
it
I know
went-
it's gonna bother you because you love this.
Tell me.
Zara is the Chipotle of fashion. It's not too expensive, but it's not like the low end. It's like right in the middle, and it just the value is there, dude.
Okay,
it
okay,
fills you up.
Okay. I'll let that one. I'll let that one ride. I do love
Chipotle, everyone underrated,
Chipotle's
especially with the
great.
vinaigrette.
In and out.
In and out.
I'm gonna say overrated because they don't have gluten-free buns. I just am hungry every
That's
time.
fair. That's fair.
Burger Round underrated.
I really like In and Out.
Me too. I think it's underrated, and it really bothers me. And I don't know if it's like a nostalgia thing, like growing up in LA. It's just I love In and Out.
People hating on it pisses me off. You can hate on it because you have the
I
gluten
don't really
thing.
hate on
No,
it,
but
though.
you can. I would
But I also get
I would
it.
be butthurt about the gluten thing if I was you. That would make me
annoying.
upset.
But actually,
protein style,
I
not
do
the
like
same.
In and Out. I think it's a good establishment.
Protein style tastes like shit.
Yeah, you've had it? You've able to
Protein
eat it?
Oh yeah, I eat it. It's
Oh,
lettuce wrap.
oh, yeah.
And actually, a lot people shit.
Protein
Yeah,
style?
people shit on the fries. I actually like the fries.
I like the
Yeah,
fries.
I
as
like the
well.
fries too.
Love the
Wow,
fries.
I've never
You
heard
kidding
two other
me?
people
No,
agree
the
with
fries
that.
are really
That's
good.
Crazy.
Dude, people hate on In and Out fries, and I'm like,
I like
them.
that. You know
I
why?
like 'em
Because they
too.
taste like potatoes.
Yeah.
The last thing, and then we're gonna discuss because I'm curious.
Okay.
Creators having imposter syndrome. I don't really know if it's an overrated, underrated thing, but it is a thing that we all deal with.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a big thing.
And I think a lot of people that make stuff just for a living that's not like spreadsheets deal with this probably.
Yeah, because I think it's the easiest. Okay, when you're starting out, all you do is look at other people's work. So you're bound to look at other people's work and be like, yo, my shit's not like this guy's stuff.
Right,
And
yeah.
it's so accessible now, like at your fingertips. It's like, I feel like a long time ago, if you were creative, it was probably I'm not going to say easier, but it was different because you weren't so you just weren't analyzing everyone else's shit. You might have had a teacher or a mentor and you're like, okay, like I got to look like Fabio's stuff.
You were comparing yourself to like the people around you, not the whole world.
Exactly. And now I feel like when I post something, I go through waves of this because I
Yeah.
don't feel it right now. And I feel like I'm really on top of my shit. I'm like, yo, my shit's hot right now.
nice.
But like months ago, I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh God, someone dropped something really, it's just easy to do because you can see it and you're like, God, this guy's sound design's crazy. His color's
Right.
crazy. His shots are way better than mine. And we're in the same field. And there's a competitive aspect of everything that I do just because of who I am.
I
So
think we all have a
yeah,
little
I think we're all three
competitiveness.
pretty competitive dudes, but like that is difficult to deal with. And imposter syndrome is a very interesting thing.
I would say
what's the definition of
so.
imposter
Well,
syndrome?
for me, it comes in. I would say so. Imposter syndrome is basically when you don't feel like you yourself like make like the work. I would say in this context, the work that you have made like in the past, or like you're not actually good at what you do.
Yeah.
It's like someone else like is responsible. That's not actually like you.
Totally. I'll give you a perfect example. I
Give it
dealt
to
with
me.
imposter syndrome before I was going to shoot my first Loud Luxury show. I was like, why did they hit me up? They could have hit up anybody. Like, am I really that good? Like, do I really know what I'm doing? Like, I've never shot a concert before. Now I'm going to go shoot this fucking festival. Like, why me? Like, am I actually good enough? And then you start
Right.
doubting yourself, and it's tough.
Right.
How
Yeah.
do you overcome that? Because like I feel like
So
how do you overcome
So
it?
for me, it happens to me when I think about. So when I have when I have to make like a treatment or like make like a creative brief or something.
Okay.
Because creativity, who knows where it comes from, right? And I'll think I've been creative before, but that just came from, that was lucky, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That was just luck. That was like, because I saw this thing just looking out my window, I got lucky. And that's why the creativity struck, because who knows where that comes from. And then I think it's not going to strike again. I'm not, they're going to realize that I'm an imposter. This is not who I actually am. I'm just some guy that's not creative. And then I just have learned through doing it over and over and over again that every time it comes, and I just have to like realize that like, no matter what I do, like when I'm going to a shoot, like I just have to trust that like every time I go to a shoot, I not freak out, but I think I know I've done it before, but there's no way I'm able to replicate that. There's no way I'm
Really?
able to be good again. And then every time I'm like, but every time you do it, it works out. It looks great. You know what I mean? So I just have to like, because I've done it enough, I know that's going to happen again, but I still question it probably every time.
And I think you're so good at what you do, so it's crazy to me.
I just like, I don't know. I panic, not panic. I like, cause I've known that it was going to work out this time, but like, yeah, I don't know. Imposter syndrome,
interesting.
man. It's a real thing.
I think
is
sometimes you
interesting.
just got to jump in the deep end. I
Yeah,
think a lot of
just
times
throw
when
yourself
you're
in
first,
the fire.
I think a lot of times when you're first starting out, right? Someone might like reach out to you and be like, hey, can you do this kind of video? And be like, I can't do it, but like I know somebody that can do it. I would refer people that I knew because I was like,
Because you didn't think you were good enough?
yeah. And so you get that
See, I don't
imposter
have that
syndrome.
for some reason. When people ask me to do something, I say yes.
And you figure it out
And I
later.
figure it out.
But every time I feel that I've improved or gotten better or like leveled up in some way, I've just taken the chance, even if I don't feel like I am good enough or like, oh, fuck, like
Totally.
I can't do this full on commercial,
Right.
like, fuck it, just say yes and figure it out later.
Because
And
then once you do it once, then you're
Exactly.
like, I did a full-on commercial.
That's
I can
what
do
I'm
anything.
saying. Exactly. I feel like you just gotta.
You gotta do stuff once, man.
That's all
Then
it
you're
takes.
in.
Yeah.
But the FFT, your first fucking time, is hard. And I think it's important. I don't think people give enough weight to that. I think when people ask you like, hey, can you do this? And you've never done it before. And then they get mad at you for not doing it perfectly. It's like, it's my fucking FFT. It's my first fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
I
chill
like
out.
that a lot.
Yeah.
I also think that the more you do something, the more you practice, the better you get, and the more you can pull from those other times that you've done it. Like you just become more confident the more times you've done something. I think a
Definitely.
lot of times imposter syndrome comes from doing something either like no times at all or like very few times. Like I don't really know what
That's
I'm doing.
true.
So the more you practice and the better you get at your skills, like preparation gets rid of like that fear. And I feel like fear and imposter syndrome are kind of in the
I
same
like
realm.
that. I like that. I think you're so right on that. Preparation changes expectation, baby.
Nice.
Ooh.
Dude, you're just a poster, man.
I'm
You're
just
you're
I'm just
a little-
living quotes.
Right.
Just tons of quotes.
Hey,
Spew another one. Give me another one.
Imposter syndrome really is interesting though, and I feel like it can hit you at the most random times. And that's something that's tough
Yeah.
as a creative because I feel like you're trying. This is tough, dude, because people don't talk about this a lot. Like, say any other job, right? Any other like, say you go construction, right? You're gonna show up and you're gonna do the fucking job,
Right.
You know, show up and you're gonna do the job. But there are times when you sit down behind the computer and you look at the clips and you're like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
yo, where my hands are firing right now, like what's going on?
This
You know
feeling
what I mean?
is stressful when you
That
when
is
you get in the edit
and
and,
it's-
you're like, there's just not. It's like chunky. It's
Yeah,
clunky,
it's
it
not.
doesn't-
It's not flowing. It's
flowing.
not flowing. What do you do in that situation?
You just gotta keep. Sometimes you just gotta change the song, just start almost over. I've had to do that before, where I made a video completely, and then luckily someone, and I didn't know this trick before, would just like And I was pissed at the time, but they were like, just do it again. Cause like, this isn't it. And you know it, just do it again. Different song, kind of like different, like, cause I feel like a song really puts you in a different mood or like a different creative space, and then just start it over again and like just change something. It's like when you're trying to fall asleep, don't just lay there. Like you got to get up, walk around, get a drink of water, like reset almost.
Because there's been so many times where I've sat down to edit really important videos, and it's usually late. And I'll be like, "Yo, the juices aren't flowing. What the fuck
It stresses me out.
What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, "Figure it out, hands. Like, let's get hot right now. Let's get let's wake up a little bit. Let's get cranking behind the sticks." And I think that for me, it's been stepping away.
Yeah.
It's been like, yo, let's get a reset. Like, I'm gonna either go to bed and I'm gonna wake up with a fresh head. I'll try it again at like 8 in the morning or something, just to just reset my brain or something. Because I feel like as a creative, it's the only job in the world where you could have a day where you wake up and you're not firing. Which is so weird. Obviously, you have days where you don't want to do your job. Like that, everybody has that, right? Like every single person in the world has that. But I think as a creative specifically, there are things you have to take care of in your mental side of things to actually do your job at your best that you're going to.
Yeah.
That's so true.
To reach your fullest potential, you got to be in the right mindset. You got to have whatever sleep for you or like, you know what I'm saying? Every person's so different.
Sometimes like I got to edit this video, but I'm not like in like the mindset to edit it. And there's not a job like if you're doing other jobs, I feel like a lot of times it's like you can just like do it. And so sometimes I'm just like, I know I got to edit the video, but it's just not right yet. It's just not right yet.
You're just not getting inspo.
And then maybe like the sun sets and it's like, oh, and like something hits and like, okay, now I can edit that whole video. But like you're right. Sometimes it doesn't. That's why sketch by hours exists.
Do you remember that Adult Swim challenge on TikTok?
Yeah.
I had that video saved for like 7 days, and I remember sitting every night, dude. I watched thousands of those videos trying to spark an idea of my head of like how to make this different. And I'm seeing all these fuckers with their phones make these outrageous videos, and I'm like, I get paid to do this for huge brands, and I can't make an Adult Swim TikTok right now. I'm like, what is happening to me? I'm going nuts. I was literally going insane, like sitting in my room at like 2 a.m, be like, yep, I've heard that sound 4,000 times. Like, this is crazy. And then finally one day it hit, and I was like, okay, there it is. But like, you got to figure out what works for you, because it's obviously different for every single person.
There's also this, it's from a book. I can't remember exactly which one, but it's talking about how geniuses work. It might have just been called geniuses, in fact.
Okay.
There's two different types of geniuses, or there's two different types of geniuses that the person was making an argument for. There's the one that's like, you get like an instant moment of genius, right? And it's just like instantaneous, and you're like, oh, I got it. And you make something incredible on the spot. And those people are usually like renowned, I think, as like the common genius. But then there's another type of genius that people don't really realize. That's like the kind of person that needs to go through it and revise and think about it and like think about every night, like what I need to do and keep working on that to create something incredible.
That's so interesting.
Whereas some people just like happens instantly. And I think that's really true.
I think you see that a lot in creative specifically, because there's just been so many people that I've met in this field that I'm like, this guy's mind is so different than mine.
Right.
And like, I feel like I'm looking at things more from like half left brain, half right brain. I meet some people that are like strictly right, or like they're just strictly creatives. They're like, I don't think anything about how this is going to perform, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like constantly thinking about that. I'm like, okay, is my first 2 seconds like hooking them enough? Is this like whatever, you know? I just feel like people have such different ways to their processes to make these beautiful things happen.
This is unrelated, and I apologize, but I think it is a fun challenge for actually all creatives, is calling all creatives.
Calling them all.
To do what you are typically opposite for in that regard. So if you are all right brain,
okay,
try to think of something that's like, what would people like? And if you're like us, which I think we're all kind of more balanced in that regard, try to think of something that like just throw out who's gonna watch it, if anyone's gonna care, and just make something weird. Make like something that's just full on like what happens to you, and just like don't care about literally what we're gonna think about.
You inspire me to do that. That's sick.
That could be fun.
I also think, staying on this topic real quick, sometimes in the edit, I oftentimes just think so like, sometimes I'm just like too in the box. I'm like, how do I think outside of the box? I'm like too in the box. I'm too linear almost. And just fucking trying shit, even if it doesn't work, and like being afraid to fail.
Try something.
Just fucking try something. And if it doesn't work, all good.
That's actually such good advice.
Yep, I like that.
Especially with the edit. Just try it. Like, maybe this is a weird idea. Try it.
Fuck it. Also, you got to understand and remember that like everybody deals with it.
Yeah.
There's you don't get to a certain level of success and you're like, well, I'm not going to deal with fucking imposter syndrome. Like everybody at every level deals with it. And you got to remember that everybody starts somewhere,
Right.
and you're constantly learning, and you're constantly, you're going to have days that you're like, oh, I got it today. And you're going to have days where you're like, I just don't got it today. And I feel like an imposter. Like I've been doing this for 10, 20 years, but like, how do I still feel like I don't really know what I'm doing? Everybody deals with that, and at every level.
I say if I have to give like one thing of advice, and I think about this sometimes, if you're really stuck, juices aren't flowing, and maybe you have a second, like get like into your body by like exercising. I think that's really helpful. Or else you're too in your fucking head.
Yeah.
But if you like do something physical with your body, go on a run, like whatever, pump some iron, you know, get
swole.
I think it really helps you like change the thing. I don't think just sitting and staring at it.
I don't think so
It's not
either.
working.
I've
Try
always,
something different.
I always have stepped away, and I
Yeah.
found that beating myself and trying to like get deeper in
Right.
Premiere
Well,
just ruins
we're all
it.
about beating ourselves.
Yeah.
Actually, that's great advice. In fact, you probably should do that.
Clear
if the
your
juices
head,
are flowing.
dude.
Get the juices flowing out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Get the juices out.
right. And on that, I think we should.
I think we should end this pod.
Great
Ladies
pod.
and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the 505 podcast. Our last podcast actually broke every record. We're at like 7. Juice down. We almost just brought something. We're almost at like 800 downloads, I swear,
Right.
on the last
That's a lot.
which is insane for us. It's great. We really appreciate all of you that have tuned in to check out the pod. Share it with a friend. Share it with your mom. That'd be great. And as always, DM us on IG with any questions, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Peace.
Peace.